Okay guys, I'm sitting here doing a couple of chores. Snowy day outside, so I've been indoors all day and decided to come and check up on some of my plants and the progress. Looking good. This one. This is my sigillatus round leaf. I am going to trellis her. Look at the leaves though. It's been sitting under the grow light and it's pretty kind of grape tone leaves. I like that. As you can see, she's shooting out vines everywhere. So I just thought maybe I would tame her a bit with the trellis, get these vines going around so we can get a whole bunch of leaves. That's going to be really pretty. I'm just trying to decide what size trellis. I think I'm going to do a bamboo trellis, and I believe I have one. All right, on second thought, I'm going to use one of these stakes. Bend it and use it as a shorter trellis so I can still put this plant right under the grow lights. Yeah, later on I can move it on to a bamboo trellis, a taller one. But for now, I really want to keep it under the lights on that shelf in my dining area there behind me. So let's try this one. See how that's going to look. See, I don't want to break any of these vines. If I can get it worked around there, great, but if not, I'm not going to force it. Let's try it from this angle. Hold on. So yeah, this one's been growing pretty fast. I don't remember when. I have to look that up. See when I got this from Gabriella Plants. I think what I'm gonna do is try to work these vines in here, and then hopefully they'll shoot out leaves that will be facing the right way. Once you've let a plant hang, it's hard to trellis it and get the leaves to face upward, I think is what someone said before. Someone who does a lot of trellising of Hoyas. So let's see what we have here that might be, well, this one, my Macrophylla albomarginata or latifolia. Latifolia albomarginata has been popping out these beautiful leaves, Here in the light, you might see it better. Let's move her. See how pretty that is. Beautiful leaves. Yeah, this one ideally should be in something bigger because she's shooting out these leaves, growing very fast. And would be great if I could try to train it onto a trellis early before these stems get really thick. They're pretty firm for as young as these cuttings were. But yeah, the roots are all around in there. I don't know if you can see that. That's a pretty new leaf. The mama plant is gorgeous. Oh my gosh. And the mama plant was a combination of two plants that I combined together. So yeah, I think this one will end up getting a larger pot. I might put it in one of these self-watering pots. Because this plant, I think, is going to grow faster than the original one I had was growing for me. It took a while. So anyway, I have some cuttings from the fungi over there in the corner. Can you see that? The mama plant is right there. And apparently I took some cuttings. I don't even remember doing this, but looking at these leaves, it's pretty obvious it came from there. And they're nice and firm. They're already starting to root in the stratum. Feeling really good, firm. So I'm gonna leave them in here and let them root up a little bit more. I hope you can see that right there. See all those roots? Looking pretty good. So yeah, this is gonna grow fast too, I got a feeling. All right, so here are the cuttings from Latina Plants from Jackie. This is my Thai lipstick plant. So what's left has rooted. I think I messed this leaf up. It got caught on the edge and ripped. But I think this one might be okay. That one might be in trouble. But anyway, the main leaves have definitely rooted in there. So I'm just going to let it be, let it grow, and see what happens. And that's in pond, so that'll be interesting. What else do I have here? Speaking of cuttings from Jackie, here we go with, this is not Lohari, what's this called again? It's a peperonia, a little watermelon peperonia. I'm not sure. No, that's not the name, but I'll get the name and post it up here. Anyway, I think it's rooted too, because when you tug, it's in there. And I've been hiding it. It doesn't need like all that light. It's a peperomia, but I've been kind of giving it shaded light in the corner under another plant, but it's looking good. So I'm happy to see that. I will top it off with a little bit of water here. And what else do I have? This, I put together the cuttings that she sent me, the Rosita cuttings as well. I hope you're watching, Jackie. Look how good that looks. And you guys probably saw me do this potting up of the Rosita cuttings. Everything is looking great, feeling good, firm. I put it in pond with leca at the bottom to keep the pond from falling through, and put it in this cute little cup from my friend and sister Pushpa. Okay, so what else do we have here that you guys might want to see? Speaking of cuttings from Jackie, this is the Royal Flush. I always confuse it with my Lacanosa Louisa Silver Splash, I think is what they call that. Look at the similarities there. But this one, when she sent it to me, Well, you know, whichever one starts to turn a little sun-stressed, like a deep purple kind of grape color, then I'll know which is really the royal flush. I'm thinking this is the royal flush. But look how similar that is. So we'll see. We'll see when it starts to get a little bit more color. But they're all doing good. I think I could water this a bit. But yeah, everything feels like it's rooted in. You know, you tug on the cuttings gently, very gently. I think that's a new leaf that I just tugged on. Feels like one. So yeah, these things here are coming along nicely. What else did I do recently? I potted up my black cherry pink princess, and I realized I have some new leaves sprouting from down there. So I'm liking that. And yeah, hopefully this plant will be a comeback queen. I think this needs water as well. Okay, who else here have I not shown you recently? Well, I did trellis my, however, let's see, let me move some of these things around. So hopefully I don't knock them down. New Year's resolution, try to be a little bit more careful in my plant chores. Make some less, make less messes. Okay, so this one, I tried looping this around, but here's what I was telling you before. When you take a plant, well, she was on a bigger trellis, right? So I thought if I put it on a tighter trellis, I could get it under the lights. And I was hoping these might face upward, but they're not going to. So I'm either going to put it back on a big trellis or just snip these that are facing downward and repot back into here and grow a stem from this side. What do you think about that? I think that's the game plan for this one. And this is my, what do you call this thing again? I really shouldn't be filming tonight. I am in a fog. We've had a death in the family, and yeah, my concentration level is not what it normally is. Sorry. And yeah, life. So anyhow, this is doing good. She's all rooted in there. Calistophylla. I tell you, I can't wait to really see her start putting on some growth for me. But yeah, everything seems to be rooted in. I restarted this plant, as you guys may know. And for those of you who are new, this came to me and it was started to look bad shortly after I received it. So I chopped up the leaves, got rid of the old roots or whatever problem was going in the plant, and just started it over in pond, mixed with a little perlite. And she's doing good in there, you know. And let's see, anybody else here? This fell out or came off of my Hoya, and it's very well rooted here. So I have another stem, speaking of Hoya, that I want to cut off. It's hanging out the pot. The roots are exposed. Not a good situation. So I'm gonna take that out, and I may have either put these back into the original pot or just create like a new plant, which I might do that because the Hoya has been great. It grows pretty quickly. This one already shot out. I think these are new leaves just while rooting in here. So definitely it took to pond very easily. So yeah, I think I'm going to do that. The mama plant is in soil. Here's my Mathilde. It's giving me new babies. can see that. Little baby leaves there. I wasn't doubting that it would. This plant, I think it's a very fast grower. So yeah, I wanted a bushier plant, but look at the little surprise that I have here. Look at all that splash. I'm loving that. So I don't know. I may have to, I don't know if I should separate that and start it over. And it's not start it over, but just cut that part of the plant out, keep it separated to see if we can keep the splash going. I don't know. I'll try not to overthink that. But yeah, that was a nice little surprise mixed in there. Because it was a regular Matilda that I got. And just happy to see that little group. But yeah, this is rooting pretty well, I think. It's doing okay in here. I'm getting new leaves. I think it's fine. Eventually, it might be one whole plant, or maybe I'll just keep them separate. Two is better than one. And yeah, I did loop this Comengiana ever since seeing the Comengianas at Lowe's. And oh, what did I just do? I think I just screwed up. I'm gonna keep my hands to myself here. My poor plant. But yeah, this is the Comengiana, and it tends to grow like straight up. And I didn't want it to keep going like that. So I am trying to loop it. Once this is long enough, I'll work that right back around this way. Same here. So yeah, I kind of like it like this. It's cute. Cute on this little trellis. Yep. And my fungi there is shooting out new leaves all on this side. A couple of stems. So yeah, I'm not concerned about that one. That's going to be very pretty. You can see that in the corner. Yeah, I think maybe she might be ready for some water. Yeah, but everything is looking good. Everything is looking pretty good. I see some new baby leaves on my Lisa Australis. Oh, something just fell. Look at that. That's pretty. Hope you can see. Is that showing up? Yeah. It's looking very good. So yeah, the pot feels light, so I know I'm going to give this one some water, but you know how much I love this one. Never disappoints, but yeah, eventually she's going to be in a hanging pot. By the springtime, I think she'll be hanging by the window where she can get a lot of sun, and not necessarily direct sunlight, but bright light to bring out more variegation. Who else here deserves a little mention? Okay, so this one, Acuta, what's this called? This shot out some new leaves for me. Here's new. This is new, I think. Yeah. And I like the variegation more, this shade. Hope you can see the difference than the yellow. So I've been trying to tuck this one behind some other plants, and just to have shaded, like not too much direct light, to see if I can manipulate the color to be more like this instead of the yellowish. Yeah. So I think that's it. I do have this also from Jackie. What was it? Easter cactus you sent me, Jackie? I'm gonna have to water this. I think they're rooting in there. I'm not too sure, but that definitely looks like I got some new growth there. So there's something. And I stuck all of the mermaid leaves all in one pot together. So there's a new leaf that's new. Yeah, so I think that one's going to do fine. Okay, so that's it for here. So I ended up cutting that stem that was looping around, and I just chopped the leaves, stuck them back in the pond. So I just have to make sure that the pond around the leaves that were stuck in there will be kind of moist in that area, so it can root up, and I think it will. Hopefully it will. And this here, being that it was chopped, should probably shoot out some new growth from elsewhere that will loop around and fill up the trellis. Yeah, I think that'll look nice. I may end up putting that one on the bamboo trellis because I got a feeling it's going to fill up. Once it acclimated to my household, it started shooting out leaves and growing at a nice pace. So I think it'll fill up nicely, I hope. And this is my caudata, which I really like. All right, so let's see, what else did I do here off camera? I just watered my australis, and what else did I do? I'm about to repot. I'm gonna up pot the latifolia, and I think I'm gonna go and get that other stem that's kind of fallen out of the other pot, pot it all up together from the Hoya, and then I'll have another new baby plant. Okay, so hang on, stick with me. So here is that whole section from my Hoya or Hoya. Look at that. So it was hanging by this stem here. Let me give you guys a little bit of light. Hopefully you can see. So here's the dilemma. What do I do? I can't stick this whole thing in there. Expect it to root up and support all these leaves while it's trying to grow roots. So I think I'm going to chop this up. Yeah, I'm going to chop it up. I'm going to have a lot of plant when we get done. Yeah, let me set that down for now. Take on this little one here first. All right, now look at that root ball. Wow. More roots than I expected. So I think I'm going to go find a self-watering container. They were actually 2 sections, and look how well that rooted. Okay, instead of sticking it in this cup, we're going to give it a little bit more room to grow. So hold on, and I'll be right back. Okay, so like I was saying, his hair is growing so quickly. Decided to give it more room for these roots to grow. Hopefully it's not too much room. I don't want to slow down the pace of growth, but that pretty little leaf. Okay, let's set this one aside. That's done. And let's see now. What are we going to do with this thing? Yeah, I think I'm going to chop up these leaves. And trying to decide if I want to put them in stratum or directly into self-watering pot like this one in the pond, let it root up right in the pond. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. So let me get another one of these. Okay. That looks good. Can you see it? We'll see how many of these leaves survive. I got a feeling quite a bit will. I'm going to water it, and it's going to be a really high water level so that these stems can hopefully root up. And yeah, so we have a whole new Hoya Updates coming up. And let's see, what else did I have here that needed to be done? I think that's it. So have a great night, guys. See you in the next plant chore video.